Hello, family. Welcome to Table Talk and Prayer. This is your host, Thato. Thato Opulence. You can actually find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me also on YouTube. Yes, at Thato underscore Opulence, right? Yes. Today we are back with another interesting topic, right? Another interesting topic that I have for you, for our viewers, just to let you in on on my life. Let me just put it like that, just to invite you in. All right. Today we're just gonna be focusing on reinventing yourself. Right, reinventing yourself. So I'm just gonna start with a small quote that says, "Nothing changes if nothing changes." Right. The topic is reinventing yourself. So basically, what it means, or what it means that sometimes you just need to let go of the past version of yourself, right? You just need to let go of the person that you used to be in order for you to actually become this new person or this new person that you see yourself becoming, right? It reminds me of there was a small video, or there was a short video that I was watching of a caterpillar. If you know a caterpillar, it's actually, or it starts first by becoming a cat, or it starts as a caterpillar. Then as time goes by, it becomes a butterfly, right? It becomes a butterfly, right? So reinventing yourself, I'm just gonna give you a bit of or small steps as to how do I go about reinventing myself. How do I go about introducing a newer version of myself, not only to the outside people but also to yourself. Remember, you need to convince yourself first. Right, you need to convince yourself first of the picture that you have in your mind before other people can actually believe it, or before other people can accept it, right? But the small thing, or the small note that I want you to keep or to have in your mind is that the outside has nothing to do with that picture that you have for yourself, right? When you want to reinvent yourself, or when you want to reintroduce yourself as this newer version of yourself, the outside people or the outside world, they have no say in who you want to become, right? What do I mean by that? Basically, what I mean is you don't need to go to other people for confirmation. You don't need to go to other people for validation. You don't need to go to other people for them to accept this new version of yourself, right? So this one thing that you need to have. Okay, so firstly, the one thing that I need to make sure I understand is the input part of me reinventing myself, right? When I say the input, what I mean is that for you to become this new version or this new person that you have in your mind, there are some things that I need to do, or there are some things that you need to do. There are some new habits that you need to have. There are some new friends that you need to start befriending, and there are some new people, or there are some old people that you need to let go of, right? So I need to understand what are the input, what are the things that I personally do I need to do, right? What is it that I need to put in order for me to actually get this outcome, or in order for me to get this result that I want, right? That's the first thing that I need to make sure I do. I need to understand what are the inputs that I need to have, right? That's the first step. Making sure that I understand the input, the things, the type of environment that I need to go, the habits that I need to have, right? Those fall under inputs, right? Then we can go to the second step, which is the process, right? The process basically means that I need to build these input into habits, right? If I want to become somebody who is a bit smart, right, I need to make sure that I'm constantly reading books. I need to make sure that I'm constantly informing myself, right? There's a lot of ways in which a person can actually inform or educate themselves, right? I need to make sure I make it a priority for me to educate myself, right? I need to make sure I go to the library. I need to make sure I read self-help books. I need to make sure that I communicate or I befriend people that are intellectual, right? Because why I want to become this person. That's the process. Everything that has to be in this process has to be aligned with the version of yourself that you are becoming, right? It has to align with that version of yourself that you are becoming. If it means you having new friends, it's something that you have to do, right? If it means you now no longer going out each and every Friday, something that I need to make sure I adopt as my habit, right? That's the process. I need to make sure that I allow the process, which is what consistency. Consistency has to come in play, right? I need to make sure that if it's reading, I'm reading consistently. If it's going to the gym, I'm gymming consistently. If it's having new friends that impact me, I need to make sure that consistently I hang around with those people, right? If it's conversations that are not good for me, I need to make sure that I'm consistently keeping away from those people that come with negative talks, those people that come with those types of conversations, right? That's what the process entails, right? Then we can go to the output. The output, to be honest, is actually the last. It's the least thing that you need to be worried about, right? If I'm trying to become a new person, if I am trying to reinvent myself, the result, it's something that will come automatically. It's something that will come inherently, right? If I'm going to the gym on a consistent basis and I'm eating the right food, after some time the result will show, right? The results will definitely show. So I don't need to worry about the result, right? Somebody once said that if you plant something, or if you go to the gym all the time, you don't need to okay, as much as we do need to pray, you don't need to pray for you to get the results, right? Meaning that when you focus on the input, which are the habits that you need to have, you don't need to worry about your results, right? So please make sure that you comment with questions. You comment with questions if you didn't understand, or if you didn't get a clearer picture, because I'm trying to limit my videos to a shorter time frame. But please make sure I see potential in us growing, right? So make sure that you do me as a favor by liking, by subscribing, and also commenting with your questions, so we can grow each other, right? Remember, the topic for today was reinventing yourself, right? Why is it good for you to reinvent yourself? Because time changes, right? Time allow things to change, right? We can't stay the same forever. Things don't stay the same forever. Things are changing on a consistent basis. Everything is changing, right? So we need to make sure that we are reinventing ourselves so we can do what we can still become prosperous at that time, so we can still become successful at that time, right? Right now we are in I think the fourth industrial revolution, right, whereby now technology is taking over, right? The technology is taking over, meaning that people that are in this era, we need to equip ourselves with the necessary information, with the necessary skills, right? Because whether or not you equip yourself or not, the change is here, right? So I need to make sure I go on with the time so that I don't get left behind, right? Right now we are in the fourth industrial revolution. AI is taking over, right? So regardless of how you feel about it, you need to make sure that you reinvent yourself so that you are able to position yourself at a place or at a position whereby you are at an advantage, right? You don't want to be one of those people that are crying about technology or AI taking people's jobs, right? Because you are equipping yourself with the necessary skills and the necessary information, right? This is especially to the young, my young audience, but the information is appropriate for everyone. We need to make sure that we are changing with the times. We need to make sure that we are doing what we are reinventing yourself, right? When you are reintroducing yourself to a new environment, or you are introducing a new you to the environment that you currently have at your disposal, right? One thing that you need to take account of, or one thing that you need to put or you need to have in mind, is that your environment changes you. Your environment creates you, right? If you take a young lion when it's young and have it live with puppies, right? It's gonna believe, or it grows up with puppies. It's gonna have a certain belief about itself, and it grows up, because why? It lived its entire life with puppies, right? It's gonna eat bones. It's gonna forget that it's actually the king of the jungle, right? So we need to make sure we are reinventing ourselves as time goes by, so we are better skilled, and also we have the necessary information for the current time that we are living in. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you comment, right? Until we meet again for the next video, right?